So you did it. You searched, you made an offer, and you got that amazing call. They accepted. It's an incredible feeling, right? But that's when this kind of mysterious process kicks in. Today, we're going to demystify that final step, escrow.
So you might be wondering, okay, now what? What actually happens between the moment they say yes and the day you're holding the keys to your new front door? Well, the answer to that is a process called escrow.
All right, so what is escrow really? The best way to think about it is like a super secure lockbox. You've got this neutral third party, someone who doesn't work for you or the seller, and they hold on to all the important stuff, the money, the deed, all the paperwork. And that lockbox, it doesn't open until every single little thing in the agreement has been checked off by both sides. It's basically the ultimate safety net for a huge deal like this.
So here's what we're going to cover to make this super clear for you. First, a quick welcome to escrow. Then we'll meet the team helping you out. After that, we'll walk through the entire escrow roadmap step by step. We'll also talk about insuring your new investment, which is really important. And finally, we'll get to the best part, crossing that finish line.
First up, welcome to escrow, where we'll really dig into that secure lockbox idea. Okay, next up, Section 2, your transaction team. Let's meet the key players. Okay, so you're going to hear two terms thrown around a lot, transaction coordinator and escrow officer. It's really important to know who's who. Think of the transaction coordinator, or TC, as your real estate agent's right-hand person. They're the ones wrangling all the documents and making sure everything's in order. But the escrow officer, now they're the main event. This person is totally neutral. They don't work for you, they don't work for the seller. Their one and only job is to be the referee and follow the contract's instructions exactly. All right, let's dive into the heart of it. Section 3, the escrow roadmap. You know, when you see it all laid out like this, it actually makes a ton of sense. It all starts with the behind-the-scenes stuff, right? First, a title search happens to make sure the seller actually has the right to sell the house. No surprises there. Then they figure out what the seller still owes on their mortgage. Next, your new loan docs get going and the money gets deposited into that secure lockbox. After that, it's all about tying up the loose ends, splitting up expenses, getting your insurance sorted, and then the big one, officially recording the deed. Now, this is a super important point, and it trips a lot of people up. You might think closing day is that day you go and sign what feels like a million pieces of paper. And yeah, that's a big part of it. But the official closing day, the one that really counts, that's the day the county officially records the new deed with your name on it. That's the moment you legally, truly own the home. Okay, with the roadmap clear, let's move on to Section 4, insuring your investment and getting that all-important peace of mind. All right, you're almost certainly going to hear about a structural pest control report. This is just a fancy way of saying a licensed pro is going to come out and check for nasty stuff like termites, dry rot, or fungus. A lot of lenders, especially for FHA or VA loans, will require this. And here's a key tip. Who pays for the inspection and any repairs needed is totally up for negotiation. Don't forget that. Okay, next up, fire insurance. This one's not really optional. Your lender is going to require you to have it for at least the value of your loan. Now, you got choices. The standard policy is, well, it's pretty basic. It literally just covers fire and lightning. That's why almost everyone goes for what's called extended coverage. It just makes sense. It protects you from a whole bunch of other things like windstorms, smoke, hail, you name it. Now let's talk about something that is absolutely critical, title insurance. Seriously, this is your shield against the property's past. I mean, think about it. What if there was a forgery on a deed from like 1985? Or some contractor put a lien on the house years ago that never got recorded properly? Title insurance is what protects you from taking a financial hit because of skeletons in the property's closet.
So, title insurance comes in two main flavors. You've got your standard policy, often called a CLTA policy. This one covers all the stuff that's on the public record, things a normal search would find. But then there's the extended policy, the ALTA policy, and this is the one your lender's almost definitely going to require. Why? Because it covers the sneaky stuff, the off-record risks. We're talking about things like an unrecorded path someone has the right to use on your land, or your neighbor's shed that's actually a foot over your property line.
And that's why this matters so much. The ALTA policy is your defense against those unknown unknowns. It's that extra blanket of security that covers the things a regular search can't see, which gives both you and your lender way more peace of mind. All right, we are on the home stretch now. Section 5, crossing the finish line. This is where we finalize the numbers and get those keys. Okay, when you get your final paperwork, you're going to see a word proration. It sounds complicated, but it's not, I promise. All it means is splitting up the bills fairly. Things like property taxes or HOA dues are paid for a whole period, right? Proration just makes sure the seller pays for the time they own the house and you only start paying from the day you own it. Simple as that. Here's a super easy way to see it in action. Let's say the yearly HOA fee is $1,200. If you close exactly on July 1st, smack in the middle of the year, the math is a piece of cake. The seller pays for their half of the year, January through June. That's $600. And you pay for your half, July through December, another $600. It's all about making sure it's fair, right down to the specific day.
Now, this is really important to remember. As you head into this final stage, you are not flying blind. You've got some serious backup. Your rights as a home buyer are protected by a major federal law called RESPA. That's the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act. And RESPA gives you some awesome protections. For one, you have the right to get a solid estimate of your closing costs right at the beginning. It also makes shady kickbacks between, say, your lender and a title company totally illegal, which is great. And get this, the seller can't force you to use their preferred title company. It's your choice. But maybe the biggest power it gives you is the right to see all the final numbers before you're expected to sign anything.
And here's the magic number to remember, 1. As in, 1 full business day. RESPA guarantees that you can review that final settlement statement, the one with all the numbers, 1 whole business day before you close. This is huge. It means no surprises. You have time to look it over, ask your agent questions, and feel totally confident when you sit down at that table.
So when is the whole thing actually done? This really says it all. Escrow is complete, that secure lockbox finally opens, when every single condition has been met, when every person and company has gotten paid what they're owed, and everyone gets a final statement showing exactly where all the money went. No loose ends.
And that is the moment you've been waiting for. The county officially records the deed with your name on it. Bam! The money goes to the seller, their old mortgage gets paid off, the agents get their commissions, and for you, it means the home is 100% officially yours. You did it.
So you've navigated the whole thing, the escrow journey is over, and you're standing there, keys in hand, unlocking your front door for the first time. The only thing left to ask yourself is, what's the very first memory you're going to make in your new home?